This past weekend, I went flawless several times in trials and managed to get my rank with Saint high enough to redeem the new Slug shotgun, the Inquisitor, from his reward tree. That put it in my loot pool, and since then I got what I consider to be a top tier roll on the shotgun, and took it promptly into PvP to test it out. What I found was that this Slug shotgun felt light years better than any Slug shotgun I've used in a long time, including, the Blasphemer, and the Sojourner's Tale, First in Last Out, and others. Then, I went to the API to check out the weapon's base stats, and I was hit with a wall of insane numbers that immediately justified how I felt about the gun. And in this video, I'm going to break down what those numbers are and what perks you should be looking for on this weapon. But before I do, first I have to thank the sponsor of today's video, a sponsor that I've been looking forward to working with for a very long time. And at the end of this brief promo, I'll outline how you can get involved in a private stream. Alright, let's do it. The world of whiskey and spirits can be pretty overwhelming. So many different distillers and bottles out there. It's hard to know where to best spend your money. No one wants to drop $50+ on a bottle of whiskey just to take it home and find out you don't like it. Flaviar is one of the best investments that I've made personally long before ever working with them as a partner. Flaviar sells tasting boxes a la carte that compile a variety of spirits into a neat package with 50 milliliter vials of samples with tasting notes included, and you can even get a link to a guided tasting video where a professional will walk you through a tasting session and explain the spirits and the distillers to you. But if you become a member, you can pick tasting boxes, develop your own flavor profile so Flaviar can make recommendations to you. You can attend live events, get full bottles of spirits that you like, and even get access to rare bottles and exclusive releases so you can find spirits with bold character that don't find their way to your local liquor store shelf. And this membership, it starts at just $24 a month for the annual plan. And I'm really excited to dive into some whiskeys with you all. If you use my link in the description and in the pinned comment, and you order the Flaviar welcome box, then I'll actually do a live stream in a couple of weeks where we'll all sit down and taste these whiskeys together, and I'll walk you through each one myself. I'll unpack the flavors, talk about the distillers, one of which I've actually visited and toured myself, and we'll talk about the differences between bourbon, rye, and Scotch whiskeys. And you'll be able to share in the live chat what your personal tasting notes are too. Use coupon code TRUEVANGUARD when you check out for a sweet 10% discount. Purchase for yourself, for a friend, for your dad, and enjoy diving into the exciting world of whiskey. Alright, back to the video. Alrighty, back to the Inquisitor Slug Shotgun, the new Trials of Osiris Shoddy in the Season of Plunder. Like I mentioned before, I was overwhelmed with the performance of this slug. It felt responsive, had range that didn't leave me wanting more, handling that made the weapon feel incredibly snappy, not too much incoming flinch, and perks that took the performance even further to new heights. And when we look at the base stats of the gun, some things are going to stand out, like right off the bat. I compared it apples to apples against the First in Last Out, the Heritage, the Blasphemer, the Sojourner's Tale, and the Fortissimo, because all of these had good reputations now or at previous times in Destiny 2. And what I found was that the Inquisitor is the king of legendary slugs, and it's not even close. And before you go straight to defending your baby, let me tell you why. The Inquisitor has the best base range of any of those slugs at 73. 73 is a huge base range stat. The others are in the 50s and low 60s for range, except for the Heritage, which has 68. But does not have opening shot, right? Heritage, I will say, is the only one that comes close to the Inquisitor in my opinion statistically, but already we've already got the best range by a mile over these other ones. Then we look at the stability, which is 50. Stability is very important because flinch is one of the Achilles heels of slug shotguns. How many times have you slid in, tried to line up your slug shoddy shot, but you're taking fire from a sidearm or an SMG or an auto rifle, even a hand cannon, and it shakes your screen, and so it makes it really challenging to get that headshot. The other slugs in the family, they're all in the low 40s for stability, so we're best in class again with the Inquisitor. The base handling on the Inquisitor is 76. That's really freaking high. Like, this is really freaking high. This is important because of, ready and stow speeds being a big deal on slug shotties. The others only have between 40 and 60 handling, roughly, except for the Heritage, again, which is 70. So the only one that even comes close remotely is the Heritage. And the Heritage also rivals the Inquisitor in the aim assist department. We'll touch on that later. So quick summary of what we just learned. The Inquisitor has the best range, the best stability, and the best handling of any relevant legendary slug shotgun in the game of Destiny 2. That right there is enough to just like end the discussion and say, well, there you go. That's that. But it goes even further than that. If you were to have the roll that I've got here, so mine has small bore and a stability masterwork, so then your stability value would be 67. But let's say yours is adept, so 69 now. Nice. Because this is a trials weapon, by the way, and can take adept mods if you get an adept roll. So that's new for a slug shotgun. You can put, an adept stability mod on it, and now you're looking at 79 stability on top of that huge base range and opening shot, So now you've got a slug that won't bounce wildly while you're trying to line up your shot, but taking incoming damage at the same time. That's one of the Achilles heels of slugs. You want that high stability to help mitigate that. But let's talk perks. You've got some winning combos in here that will make this thing even more of a monster than it already is. The first column is loaded with mostly undesirable perks for a slug, with 2 clear winners though. It's got tunnel vision, demolitionist, pulse monitor, 4th time's a charm, perpetual motion, steady hands, and subsistence. Let me save you the time here and tell you that steady hands and perpetual motion are your top 2 by a landslide, with perpetual motion being my overall #1 pick. 4th time is a literal joke. It's a literal joke. It would be okay if there was something like Vorpal in the second column for PvE, but there isn't. Just focus Trials Engrams until you get steady hands or perpetual. Mine here in the gameplay has steady hands and opening shot. I found steady hands to be incredibly good as a rumble weapon. A lot of times rumble is about chaining kills rapidly and running up that score. And I literally used this shotgun to take me on a we ran out of medals undefeated sum of all tiers game in rumble. It was nuts. And Alacrity was kicking in too. It was awesome having that lightning fast ready and stow speed after every kill. And it's also an arc weapon, so I was amplified on top of that most of the time. I literally just felt unstoppable. Amplified, speed boost, Alacrity, steady hands, all of these things kicking in, working simultaneously. In the second column, you've got Fragile Focus, Golden Tricorn, Harmony, Opening Shot, Swashbuckler, Adrenaline Junkie, and Under Over. This is an interesting column because if you're a damage perk lover, you've got several options here. You've got the 20% damage boost from Harmony if you want to go that route. You've got Swashbuckler for 33% damage after a melee kill. You've got Adrenaline Junkie for grenade kills. You've got Golden Tricorn for 15% or 50% more damage if you meet the criteria. Just lots of options for those of you who really love chasing the occasional one-shot body shot kill on weapons like this. And if that's the route you want to go, then go for it. But for me and my tastes, I'm all about consistency on slugs, so I'd go with opening shot. One of the things we noted earlier is that this slug has cracked out base stats in a lot of categories, but the aim assist is fairly low at 35. Opening shot is going to bring that up to 55 and make it more in line with the competition in the slug family and really close the gap on the Heritage, and the only place that Heritage is the clear winner. It's also going to give you a buff to your accuracy cone, and of course, grant an additional 25 range. Now we know that range eventually caps on these things, but it's comforting to know that you're at that cap just with the base stats and opening shot together. So you don't have to go stacking other range perks and mods to push it out further. You can focus on stability to reduce that incoming flinch, or handling to whip this thing around more quickly. Ultimately, the evidence is there, the proof is in the numbers. This is the new king of slug shotguns. It's better than all the others in multiple categories, including range, stability, and handling. Its stats can get even better by being adept. It can take adept mods, and its perk pool has some of the most sought-after combinations in PvP right now. If you have ever liked a slug shotgun before, it's clear that you need to take the time to go grab one of these. Beyond that, the weapon model is beautiful and the optics are extremely clean. I'm a fan. Let me know if you got one of these and what you're thinking of it so far. What roles have you landed and what roles are you still searching for? Let me know in the comments section below, and if you're at all interested in the world of whiskey, then feel free to use those links in the description to check out Flaviar and use my code TrueVanguard for a discount on all of their products and services. Thanks for watching the video. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the Crucible.